So, you guys last time continued your travels from Eldoria towards Duskstall, due to the challenge you put out to Silverwind Shadow, one of the three folks, now remaining two folks, that Jean was tasked to eliminate from this plane. So, you guys traveled first day, not much. First night, not much happened. It was a nice, peaceful, restful night. The second night, and right before you got to Duskstall, you stayed an additional eve in a cave, not too far out, maybe half a day's journey outside, and you set up some little traps, but you were set upon in the night by a person who turned out to be Silva. After quite a battle for a while, you eventually pinned her down and got her into a position where there was no running, there was no surviving, and you were successful in eradicating and beheading her. And you all then, after kind of short resting for a hot sec, continued your travels to Duskstall, and you did arrive just outside of Duskstall. And as you arrive at Duskstall, I will just give you another quick read through of kind of what you see. You see that Duskstall is a pretty sprawling city built into the cliffs of a pretty big canyon, which is the convergence of two mighty rivers, the Ebon River and the Sunstreak River, which I also put them on. I labeled them on the map here so you could see where they were: Ebon River and Sunstreak River. But it is in the valley between those two rivers. As you kind of look at this city from top to bottom, you see that it's very. There seems to be a lot of mystique in this city. In the upper half, above this white line that's on the map, you see that there is bright sun. You imagine the sunsets here. It's very golden and glistening, and it looks overall very wealthy. Like this is where high society probably reside. And as your eyes kind of carry further and further down, deeper into the canyon, you see that the sunlight seems to disappear, almost becoming a permanent twilight full of shadows and what you imagine is secrecy down below the white line. You guys find yourselves down here, down the bottom right hand corner of this map. You are able to enter the city from below since you came from this side of the city, so you can kind of see all of it. But yes, that's where you find yourselves now. Narrow bridges leading in, bridges leading out, it going all the way as high as you can see. You see up in the far distance, in the highest portion of this city, you see there is a large, what looks to be monastery. But yeah, this is where you find yourselves. You guys have this map, or you can continue on your way towards whatever else you want to go towards, but this is Duskstall. So it's a little bit, as far as size comparison, Eldoria is, if I recall, about 5 to 6,000 people, and Duskstall has about 8,000 people. So it's a little bit bigger. So.
Gotcha.
Out of character, I just want to explore this whole ass place. But
Same, dude.
You can.
what's the first place that we're gonna come through from where we are?
As you get to the first section, let me control F in my map, in my notes here, because there's now 9 pages of notes with 3,000 words, so I have to control F it.
Oh my god.
I want to hear every word of these 9 pages.
I will.
Every single word.
I will tell you that you can probably see them on the map, the names of the obsidian depths. So I put them on the map so I have a better point of reference for where things are. But the obsidian depths are more of an area that's kind of below the city, a little bit like the very lower caverns of the city, the obsidian depths. But you do see as you're kind of entering in from over here, there is two signs, kind of a street, like a street pole with two arrow signs on it. One of them that points directly to the level that you guys are at, and one of them pointing up. One of them pointing to everything below the white line. It's called, or are called, the shadow wards, and then everything above that line is called the upper heights.
I mean, I feel like we're a group of people who belong in the Shadow Wards, right? We gotta go check out the Shadow Ward.
No. What do you mean
No?
we belong to the Shadow Wars?
I didn't say that in character. It wasn't in a French accent. It wasn't in character.
Fair
I
enough.
look at what
Look,
I'm wearing,
Jean-
look at what Jin is wearing, and look at what Imrik's wearing. I was like, we can belong to either
It's true.
if we give ourselves a proper path.
Character Jean is looking for a way to preserve the head of the person she just murdered. So like Shadow feels more of the right vibes for that than trying to. Oh, speaking of which, does anyone know what we did with Glassvenue's head? Did I just leave that at Sundial's, or what? Why did I not have a collection of heads? This feels like something I should. I have that random guy's head that we killed over at the Dragon Ice Palace. I took his head. Remember, I played basketball with it. But does anyone know what we did with Glassvenue's head?
I have no idea. I don't think we even took his corpse.
I don't think we did anything.
I think you might have just killed him, and that's it.
You know, like, can you message Sundial sometimes and be like, "Do you happen to still have his head?"
Shoot. Can I do that? Like, actually, right now, without spending the spell slot? Can we talk to Sandor just
Well,
willy
you have to
nilly?
spend a spell slot. You have to send him.
Lord.
That's why you have to do it. Otherwise, I would do it.
Do we don't have any tool to do that? Oh, okay.
And you
You
can
can
write,
teleport
and you
to
can
him.
write
Yeah,
a
the
letter.
sending stone.
You do have a sending stone.
I can write a letter.
I'm
I
pretty
have a
sure.
sending stone, but
The
to
sending stone is
yeah, it's the
to
other guy.
Valshun, isn't it?
yeah. But
Oh,
I'll ask him tonight, Ginger.
Yeah.
Not Ginger.
There is. Yeah. There is no.
G.
They both start with G. That's okay. There is no rush. I would like it back, but that is my fault for forgetting it in the first place. It was my first time, you know.
No, I get you. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I'd rather mingle in the upper echelons of society rather than go into the depths of the shadow wards.
Well, if we are going to mingle with the upper echelon, then we should probably look more the part, and we should get super cool outfits.
you are wearing a very bloody but also very fancy armor, and same as myself. And
I mean, I have a cool.
The bloody
cape,
is not the
that cape Imrik is wearing, it also looks
Yeah.
pretty darn sharp. So
We are pretty badass and pretty cool.
But you know what? I'm sure we can find some merchants or something that can sell us some high quality clothes. You know.
also, Jin, what's with your sword? It looks slightly, it has a little bit jagged edges from place to place. Do you sure you don't want to go look for a new one? Same as
This
your
was my
shield over
first
there.
sword. It is from my hometown. It was the first big sword given to me. It is my sword. Why would
Yeah,
I
I
want a
know.
different
Then maybe
sword?
you can look for somewhere to excuse me, get it patched up a little bit, or get people to, get it
I mean,
sharpened, so it cuts better.
We could perhaps get it sharpened, but why would I want a different sword when I have such a good sword that has killed 2 people and more?
Ginger, what if you could have a sword that
Did you
Well, I
just
mean,
call it
out
Joker
of
again?
character. Out of character, I want a sword I want a better sword so bad. Gene
You
just
know,
doesn't
like,
have a.
Gene, what if you had a sword that ignited on fire, or that
You think a
could-
sword that goes on fire will be helpful for going to fight what's his fuck the Inferno? I do not think we bring fire to fight
a
with fire.
sword that shoots ice beams, a sword that causes meteors to fall from the sky? I don't know. Magic is so amazing for it, and I bet you could find something pretty cool.
Yes, which I could pay for with my. Please let me check my wallet. My whole less than 500 gold. That will definitely get
Decent
me a
chunk of change.
to get a super fucking cool magic sword. I don't think
No,
so.
but
I don't know what the economy is like here, but I do not think I
hey,
can afford a really cool sword for that. I got cool armor by befriending a super cool evil guy. I
what if
think that's how I get a sword, is we befriend more super cool evil guys. And I think
that's
super
true?
cool evil guys are going to be in the Obsidian Depth.
Also, just for a very good reason, I'm going to heading to the upper town area because we do have like, I assume nobody's using that +1 longbow. That's so we do need to sell it.
True.
So we do need to go around and sell some shit.
Out of character, I just want to go everywhere. So wherever you guys want to go, let's go. I don't need to argue about it because I'm so excited to see this entire town.
So I guess we try to find our way upstairs.
So I can tell you, as you're starting to maneuver your way through the Shadow Wards, there are. Let me do this. Let me just give you more information about the Shadow Wards as you go through. This general section, this is a little bit of residential. This is a little bit more residential, some bits and bobs, other old bits of architecture. Some people have small shops here. But as you guys, I'm just going to use the Wildfire Spirit as like your guys' team token for now. So as you guys kind of make it over here, this whole section here is the Velvet Market. And it does protrude somewhat over here just a little bit. But you guys end up getting across because from, it doesn't look like they're connected, but from here to here, it is the one way across. Okay, so the way that they get across here is they basically have a, I forget what they're called, but they look like boats that are on like cable cars. They look like floating, like cable cars that are not on the ground. Is this making sense? Like kind of like monorails, but cable cars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking.
Yeah, cable car or a gondola.
Yes, kind of like a gondola, but on cables, and it can like go. It's got one cable on each side that it kind of
I
runs
know
between.
exactly what you're talking.
Yeah,
I
they have
don't
them at
just
like Disney World and places like
name.
that, and some places like that, some like bigger theme parks and other things. But yeah, one of those is how you get from here and back, right? That's how they traverse. That right there, yeah, that thing in the picture, that exactly, that whatever that's called is what it is.
I
That
mean, I
thing.
googled gondola, but cable car would also work.
Yes, a gondola cable car. That's how you get from one to the other. And you see that it's powered by like some steam mechanism, and the thing that is powering the steam is there's two little elementals on each one. There is a water elemental and a fire elemental, and they work in tandem to create pressurized steam power to get from
A steam elemental.
yes, basically a steam elemental to get from here to here and back. And as you end up over in the section where this token is, you find that this is a place known as the Velvet Market. Down in this shadowy area of the lower districts is the Velvet Market. As you kind of made your way through, and you've kind of just kept an ear out, trying to figure out where you can sell stuff, where you can buy stuff, kind of where markets might be found, things like that. You've heard of multiple different places. The places up in the upper heights are where more of the noble elite, the wealthier, very well-to-do folks will sell their wares, oftentimes overpriced. You're paying for the experience of being up there, is what it seems like a lot. Down here, in this Velvet Market Shadow Wards area, this is more of the blue collar portions of town. This is the shadier portions of town. And the more that you guys kind of listen, because you guys in your experiences have become more attuned to listening, kind of picking out where the shadier individuals and the people who aren't necessarily the best, who some would consider bad, but people gotta make do. You kind of find your way here. And you find out that this market is notorious, and it's a notorious sprawling bazaar that kind of there's some surface level stuff they sell to anybody, but you also, as you listen and kind of look, there is a lot of things here that make this place a black market. It's a den of intrigue. Legality bends very often. Secrets are traded for currency. The more information you have, the more you can get. You can trade information for information. They obviously will take money. You can trade items, money, information, secrets, all things like that. And you also kind of hear that you can get rare, forbidden items for the right price. This place is generally very gritty, very dimly lit, and very mysterious. There's flickering arcane lanterns that just create, as you're trying to look down some of these alleyways, they're very dark and narrow and full of shadow, but there's stalls and shops. You see cloaked figures, some traders have masks, they sell weird, strange goods between foods and creatures, and just things that don't seem to necessarily make sense when you look at them, and you pull your eyes away and you look back and they're gone. There are, just overhearing with your guys' natural perceptions, people whisper of curses and hexes and arcane pacts. If you're looking for things that are unusual, dangerous, forbidden, this is the general place that you want to go. You can feel in the air in general just the thickness of mystery, people in dark corners kind of making secret deals, handshake deals, things like that. There are a few different places here that you could go. Go ahead and somebody roll me either an investigation or perception, and whoever does it can do it with advantage as the other people.
I'd like to nominate Marin for perception.
Yeah.
You can give yourself guidance too.
Ooh.
Cool, great. So, there are two places that you guys pick up on collectively very easily. There's the Nightshade Row, which is the heart of the Velvet Market. Here is where the most dangerous and illegal goods are sold. It's a very narrow, winding street. There are stalls that seem to shift and move with the flicker of torchlight. And the only reason you can find it is because you're looking for certain things, and you kind of, some people see you, and the thing that gives you away as maybe not being an upper crust type of group is the undead armor that you're wearing. Is not something an upper crust member of society would wear.
I did think it was a little sus.
Yeah.
But do I fit in here?
Yes. You all fit in
Okay.
here pretty easily. You guys just have that aura about you of, we're morally gray. That's kind of the vibe that people get from you as you kind of
Guys,
walk
we
through.
have a really great morally gray vibe. We did it.
But as you're kind of looking around and perceiving, you see that there are some places in Nightshade Row that require spoken passwords, arcane sigil passwords to be done, different handshakes and things. Some of the items that you hear about just listening to people mentioning and talking about Nightshade Row and kind of maneuvering through: cursed items, hexed jewelry, forbidden potions, and dark spell components. With the most prized merchandise being bloodstones, relics from long dead civilizations, and enchanted weapons that have sinister pasts. As you kind of
We
continue,
should go to that last one.
as you continue your perceptions and kind of meandering through here, you find another place called the Twilight Bazaar. This is where illegal traders and smugglers are selling goods that they have stolen from the city's elite or brought in from far-flung corners of the world. It's a chaotic maze of tents, shops, and hidden alcoves, and you're always hearing people bartering. You feel like if there's some place that you find, it kind of feels like an evil convention center right? In the Twilight Bazaar. If you find a place and there's something you might want to buy, you feel like if you don't buy it right then and there, if you leave, you might not ever find your way back to this specific stall again. Things that are here: smuggled treasures, relics from the Obsidian Depths,
Wait, hold up. I'm trying to type smuggled treasures.
smuggled
Yep.
treasures. Relics from the Obsidian Depths, which, as you've kind of heard through your perception and your exploration of this area, are the beneath the Shadow Wards regions, whether they're the tunnels or hidden sections of this city. Magical contraband and dangerous arcane tomes. You can find stolen jewelry from the upper heights, scrolls containing spells, poisons not sold anywhere else in the city, things like that.
I want the poisons.
All the scrolls.
Continuing on, you find a more out of the way kind of hidden area called the Serpent's Nest. This seems to be a region where you find mercenary work, assassin work, and arcane contracts. This one, you can't really get too far in. You can kind of get to the main entryway of the Serpent's Nest. You can kind of get to, hey, this is what I need from this place, but you're not going to get into any specific location in it without talking to some people and making some good persuasive checks or having some good reasons for wanting to go further in. But you kind of gather that you can get magical contracts, assassination services and contracts, hire mercenaries or become mercenaries for hire, deals for cursed or rare weapons. You would imagine that this is where you would be hired to do discreet jobs, take and make magical pacts with powerful entities, things like that.
Guys, we should go get a job.
Continuing,
That was almost in character. That was halfway between me and Jean's voice.
Continuing on, a place that kind of gets your attention because of the bubbling sounds and the smells, which are reminiscent of Orbal's place, but much bigger. Alchemist's Alley.
Is it reminiscent in like fond memories kind of way, or like in a like creepy sort of similarities sort of way?
In the type of work that it does. So this this is Alchemist's Alley.
It doesn't smell the same. Doesn't smell like lavender and lilacs.
Nope, it's just full of alchemists. You see different potion makers, lots of different arcane chemists. The air itself is thick with the scent of herbs, poisons, bubbling concoctions. You can find potions here that do almost anything if you can trust the vendor. This last place that you found, with getting over a 20 on your perception there, it is a hidden section, and what's interesting is the person who it pulls to the most is actually Imric because of your arcane affinity. You end up kind of maneuvering your way into this dark purple and blue door, which almost looks like a night sky full of stars is on it. It just looks like it goes into a building. But as you press through, you open up into this this very large area, which looks like you are outside. In amongst this area, you see there is a big twisted tree with what looks like a handful of planets floating off in the not too far distance. It looks like there are inverted waterfalls going up into the sky. There are clouds that sit on top of these buildings. And it looks like you're in this weird arcane demiplane. This place is known as Dreamweaver's Court. And there's many illusions, many enchantments here that you can buy and you can sell. And as you're here, it kind of like...
Wait, Dreamweaver's Court?
Yeah. And these illusions and enchantments they're always shifting and disappearing and reappearing, kind of like mirages. And the stalls appear and then they disappear. It feels otherworldly here, almost if it's like out of sync with reality. It's a weird hyper arcane magical little region. So those are all of the places that you are able to visit in the Velvet Market.
God damn.
That's just the market.
Okay, so like, um, is relating to these places the notes we have.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like it would be reasonable for me to find someone in the vicinity who would be willing to help me to preserve a severed head?
Oh, absolutely.
And like this feels like the right type of place, but I'm looking at all of my notes and I can't think of what is the best besides like the magic-y people could probably help with that. Probably not the Twilight Bazaar. I don't know. I just feel like uh, generally in this Velvet Market area, someone should be able to help with this, right? If I look up and I'm like, "Hello, can you
I
help
would say avoid
me?"
the assassin information place at the very least.
I will say
What?
of
Don't go to.
these, the Nightshade Row is probably going to be your best bet to find exactly what you want and what you're describing.
Okay. Well, then I would like to go there to see how much that would cost me. Because if it's really expensive, then I'm just gonna have to accept that this becomes super gross. And a decaying head can be intimidating as well. Um, but you know, if I can do it for a reasonable price, it's something I'm interested in doing.
Okay. All right. So, I don't think I actually need your guys' tokens over here, but I'll drag them over. You know, just in case. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, this map is a lot bigger and it looks a lot spookier than it is. All right. Bam. Nightshade Row.
Ooh.
So,
Nightshade Rose. Cool.
as you guys are here in Nightshade Row, these are just people sitting and walking. There are a couple notable vendors here that you can discover without having to press people for too much information. Um, you can see that the people here, it's not that they are well, I mean, it's Nightshade, they're kind of shady. People here are very hesitant to spread information to people they don't know, but there are a couple vendors who are more open than others. You see, there is this place. It is Gulthrax's Curiosities.
Ooh.
And then there's also the Shroud Consortium.
Ooh.
I gotta copy and paste that first one because it ain't gonna happen otherwise.
That one has an X in the name. think.
I
we
mean,
should go
everyone
to
knows that X's are cool, right? So we should go to the X
X's
one.
are cool. I genuinely think so.
As you kind of peruse the Nightshade Row, there's a general sense of continued unease that fills this place. There's ominous magical auras radiating from many of the stalls. The vendors here, they don't yell, they just whisper. You see most of the people who are whispering and making deals, not everyone is buying and not everybody is selling. People who are purchasing look like they're focused, like they're more daring. And you see that there are some people that walk around here that seem to be wearing similar clothing to each other. You've seen about half a dozen people, and they look like enforcers, but they also look like they're made of shadow because they have their hoods up. You can't really see beneath it. Everything beneath the hood is like this black shadowy kind of tone, and their heads are down, but their eyes, you can just see these white darts back and forth as they're kind of walking and patrolling Nightshade Row. So it looks like there is some type of guard system, but they don't stop anybody. Anyone that seems like they're getting a little bit too hot to handle, you just see that they walk up behind them, seemingly whisper something in their ear, and then the people turn and walk away. those who are causing problems.
See, now I'm interested on who's controlling the guards. Because I feel like. Actually, no. You know what? I bet even if there was a normal government, they would profit a lot off of this. But shoot, you guys want to go to Golthrax Curiosities?
I cannot quite explain why, but for some reason that feels like the first place we should go.
I mean, yeah, I think we should definitely check that out.
Okay.
And you know what? If they kick us out because we're not one of them, we'll just find another place.
Very well. Allons-y.
You guys make your way into Golthrax's. You do catch some looks. Your people obviously haven't seen you before, and you're kind of looking like you're walking with a sense of purpose. And while people around here do kind of look like they're purposeful in what they're doing, you guys will look like you have a set destination rather than just like slowly maneuvering with this shadowy kind of aura. You go directly to find Golthrax's. You eventually do find Golthrax's after just about 5 minutes of, minding your business and kind of pushing your way through. As you go into Golthrax's Curiosities, 3 of you enter. I don't have a map for every one of these shops, so we're just going to be here.
How dare! I'm kidding.
I know. But as you walk in, you see that the inside of the shop, it's not very big. It's maybe 30 feet by 30 feet in like a longer rectangle. It kind of goes back more so than you would expect it to. You see that stocking the shelves is this very broad, very muscular, gray-skinned tiefling. In his horns, he's got 2 of them, and they curl back over his head, and they kind of twist into almost like a French braid that goes down halfway down the back of his neck between his shoulder blades. And as he turns around, you see that he has an eye patch over one eye and a scar across the other. His shirt that he's wearing looks to be more of like a leather vest. It really only covers his midsection and just barely. This man is very thick. He's wearing these pleated pants for some reason. But he turns to you.
Sorry. We're not sure why he's wearing pleated pants.
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, is there a suspicious reason why people wear pants?
They're pleated. He's muscular and wearing a leather vest and an eye patch and pleated pants. His fashion makes no sense.
I love him.
And he turns to you and goes, "Huh. I don't think I've ever seen y'all before. What can I help you with?" And he walks back behind the counter. "I'm Golthrax. What can I do you for?"
I feel like Jean has a reason to be here, but also feels like Imric is better than talking, so she's kind of like, should I say things, or should Imric say things, is kind of the vibe that she's got.
Well, I think my friend here needs some assistance with a project that she's working on right now.
What's the project?
It involves.
It's going to take a very long time if we don't just cut to the chase. I am looking for a way to preserve body parts so that they do not go all gross and decay and moldy.
There's magic for that, no?
Is there? I don't. Do you know how to do that? Looks at both of you guys.
I don't know. I don't know that, no.
Imric and Marin, you can both roll either history or arcana. Tapping in. Imric, you don't really know. It's more of like that, maybe, but I don't know. But Marin, with your newly acquired cleric abilities, you kind of think and you tap into the deific powers that you have been granted, and you understand that there is a spell that clerics and druids can cast. So you actually can double cast this spell.
No way.
Your specific druid type might not be able to, but you do have the let me find the name of it. Gentle Repose. Yes, you
But
know.
Gentle Repose doesn't last forever, does it?
No, but if you cast it
You have to keep,
every
cast
day,
it every 10 days?
yeah. But you know that's a thing that can happen from that. But then he goes, but if magic isn't what you want, there is. Well, if magic isn't what you had the capability of doing, there is a group that could do it for you. But I would be actually, you know what? No, if you want to go there, I can just tell you who they are and where they are.
Well, that would be amazing, yeah.
It'll cost you though.
How much are we talking?
What do you have to offer?
For something as simple as that, just a name and a place, I think 10 gold is very reasonable.
If he's gonna tell us to go to the Shroud Consortium, though, I will just kill him afterwards, because if that is the answer he gives us.
I don't think that's not what I need. What I can do though is if you deliver something for me,
Badge quest.
I can tell you who to go see. It's actually delivering it to those people, so if you're willing to take this to them, I'll just tell you where to go.
Oh, that's perfect.
This feels like a reasonable deal for the record. You want us to deliver a thing to a place that we are going anyway? That just seems like what reasonable people would do in business.
It'll take some extra work off my hands because I'm busy today, and they need it today. So.
Well, fantastic.
What does this guy sell again? My brain has forgotten what happened a minute ago.
Well, what else does he have?
So,
I mean,
if you look around, you see here that there are lots of interesting trinkets and objects. As you're kind of looking around trying to figure out what it is that he sells, you do see that there are some cute little interesting things. There is a random coat hanging there. There's a bottle of ink that says invisible ink that can only be read at sunset. There's a spyglass that says a suffering world. There is a jar of pickled tongues. There's wooden hands. But then as you kind of look further, you see that there are these red gemstones that they're as scarlet as blood, and they're kind of pulsating. And
Are those the bloodstone things that was
Yes.
mentioned earlier?
yes, those do look like
That's what-
bloodstones. There are also
What is a bloodstone?
So bloodstones are. You should kind of look. Do you ask him what bloodstones are?
Yeah, I would be like, what are those shiny? Are those the bloodstones that we heard vaguely about?
Yes. Yes, they are. Bloodstones. They are expensive jewels that are imbued with the life essence of others.
Can you tell me anything more about, like, okay, they are stones with presumably blood or other life essence, but what do they? Are they just pretty? Do they do things?
do either Imrik or I have insight of that?
You can go ahead and make a check, whatever one you feel is the most appropriate, if you so choose.
Probably Arcana. 14.
So, you know that with most jewels, there's very more than likely a way that it can be utilized to be a spell component. Um, if it's full of the life essence, Jesus, of another creature, that life essence could likely be used in some type of ritual to revive that character, to find that character, to track them in some way. It could.
Would it be a completely wild assumption to say that this is probably similar to what Sandor did with our blood?
All you know is that Sandor put your blood in a vial. This looks like the.
But
This.
this sounds like the things that he said he could do with our blood. He said he could find us, and then he might be able to revive us. But
So-
he didn't explain how for either of those.
So this looks like someone has taken the blood and condensed it into a gemstone, rather than just keeping it in vials. So you don't know if this has different effects or if there are more that it can do when it's condensed into this.
Okay.
And someone's someone's already trapped in these gemstone.
There are life essence trapped in them. And as he goes on to explain a little bit more, he also tells you that within these, the life essence of the creature that is within them, you can typically acquire a piece of their arcana. So mechanically, these bloodstones can hold up to a one single third level spell, and can be used by anybody. So it's basically like a ring of spell storing, but it can only hold third level spells. And yes, but it takes. But every time that you cast a spell into it, it costs your own life force to do it. So.
That's not so cool.
Uh-huh.
That's cool. That's not so.
What is that coat doing?
What?
You said it's a coat,
That's
right?
what I'm curious about too. What's so special about the coat that was just hanging there?
Oh, yeah, why was the coat
It's
name
just a
dropped?
raincoat.
As you go near the coat, it's just kind of hanging on, not a coat rack, but it's more like a mannequin, like it's up for show. And it's a very thick winter coat. And as you walk towards it, you see that Golthrax kind of smirks a little bit and just watches. As you get closer, the coat itself almost seems to come alive. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw, Emmerich, as you walk closer to it.
Okay.
Are you close to Jean that you can get the bonus?
So it's a 10, it wasn't very high. You see very quickly the arm of the coat reaches up, and you feel this icy cold hand almost grab around your throat just as you pull away.
Oh my god.
And you see in a quick flash this ghostly form within the coat. And Golthrex kind of chuckles and goes, yeah, we took that off of a dying soldier. It's a haunted coat.
God. And you're trying to sell it?
There's
Who
no.
the hell is gonna buy clothes that's trying to kill them?
You notice there's no price on that. It's just for show.
It's just to look cool so that losers like you go and touch it.
Shut up, Gene.
I use Eyes of Grave just for fun.
You can see there is a ghost that seems to be held within the mannequin, but also tied to this coat. So the coat will randomly move, but it looks like if the ghost tries to leave, it's bound to the mannequin and coat itself. So it doesn't look like it's dangerous or like trying to kill anybody. It's just trying to scare people. It just creates the ambiance of this being a spooky place. So it's his little fun thing that he gets customers with. Got to keep it light.
Honestly, I love it. I love it so much, and I like this guy. He gives me good vibes, good creep vibes.
And there's a. Is it
I
a
am-
coat or is it a spyglass? Sorry.
Yeah, there's a spyglass that says a suffering world. Does it only let you see a suffering world? Because that just sounds like the world.
If you look through it, it shows a world suffering a terrible storm. And each time you look at it, the storm is a little bit different. The first time, it's a firestorm destroying the world. The second time, it's a flood storm. The third time, it is an ice storm freezing the world over. The fourth time, it is a world engulfed in eternal night, and you hear the thunder, and every now and again, you'll see a flash of black lightning, and you'll just see undead rising from the ground. It seems to be multiple different ways the world could end through this spyglass.
Neat. I mean, pickling tongues seems vaguely related to what I'm working towards, but you know, I don't think I need to care about pickled tongues conceptually. Those were all the things that were explicitly mentioned. I think.
Seems like a very roundabout shop. Like, does this Golthorax? Do you specialize in anything, or do you just sell a bunch of different oddities?
A little bit of both.
Do you mean curiosities? Those does he spell random curiosities, perhaps?
I can,
Pretty sure
I see
those
what
two
you,
are interchangeable.
I see what you did
right?
there. I do sell some darker enchantments as well as some weapons that you could give to an enemy unless you wish to be cursed yourself.
How cursed? Like really cursed or like lightly cursed?
What's
It
the
depends.
scale of being cursed?
Well, it depends on how strong you want the enchantment to be. The enchantment could be anything from having to attack your compatriots in combat to having to fight until you die to never being able to sleep
Ooh.
again and suffering from the insanity that comes with that to
Oh, at first I was going to say never being able to sleep again. That sounds relatable.
To
Helpful
say the
for
least.
a couple days ago. Anywho,
Well, that sounds real interesting. Do you have like, are you the one who makes these curses, or you just find items that are like this?
both. A little bit of both.
Wow, that's a very unique skill set.
I do my best. I get by.
why
I
do all the cool people own shops? Like leans over to like Marin.
mean, wow.
Quietly but not unhearably.
Try me. Trying to figure
Or
an
is
answer.
do you like specialize?
I know.
Okay. Am I muted?
No, it was
No?
just
No,
we
breaking.
heard
it,
you.
I didn't hear you because it was breaking up there, so I don't know what you
Oh.
said.
Okay.
Interesting. There was some weird
I don't
background
know.
noises from my side too. Like I don't
I'm,
know
s-
exactly what's going
I'm
on.
sorry. My pets are
Is
making
that
a
what it is? I
ruckus.
did
I'm
sound like
picking
the
them up right
sound of
now.
cat.
They are. They're fighting each other right now. I'm
Oh.
taking them out. Okay.
If there's anything that particularly takes your fancy or anything you have curiosity about, I could likely help make it or find it.
Unless anyone else has anything else to. I mean, I am looking for a. Apparently, Marin here thinks my sword is not very good and I should look for a better one. But that's sort of low on my list of priorities at the moment, as this one has killed enough people. What is the task or the delivery you wanted us to make?
Mm. He goes to the back for a moment, and he comes out with this small black lockbox. It's about um, a foot and a half long, about 8 inches wide, and he sets it on the table and it just goes thunk. It is girthy and weighty and very, very heavy. Um, says, I need you to deliver this to um, to the Shroud Consortium.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exactly where we want to go.
Yes. Also, keep in mind that they are real creepy.
What kind of creepy? I mean, they're called the Shroud Consortium. That sounds like a group of cool and creepy people, right?
Um, yes, most of them wear veils. They are, um,
Shrouded. Yes.
yes,
Okay.
they are shrouded, obviously. They are, for all points and purposes, magicians of the dead,
Hmm.
shall we say?
Sounds like a fun group of people.
Yes. But this box has some components that they need to, I guess, return life to those without it. So,
Well, if we were going to go talk to them anyway, as I said, this seems like a very reasonable deal for us to do for you.
mm.
Um, yeah. Is there anything? Do we need a special note pass from someone to be like, we are cool, don't kill us?
Um, the
Is there a secret handshake we should know?
There is not.
Cold
You do
world.
see. You do see on this box there is a seal which matches the logo of his shop that you saw.
Mm.
So you, if you tell them you are delivering this on behalf of Golthrax, you've been employed with which to complete this delivery for them, then you will be allowed entry into their space.
And they won't be mad at us once we have gained entry, asking about other things once we are there.
You can tell them that part of the deal I made with you was to allow them to speak with you. I don't promise they will give you anything or even do what you're asking, even be willing to discuss it, but as part of the deal, you can tell them to fulfill my obligation, since you're doing this for me. The introduction is that you gain entry to conversation with them. After that, it's on you. So,
Perfect. I think this sounds great. Sounds like a great deal for both of us.
Yes, I see no downsides to this deal.
well, good luck.
He sends us off to go see the real creepy. Oh, you said they are all shrouded. Besides the fact of like perhaps not everyone should see your face when you go to do creepy things, is there any reason why should we also be in disguise or something? At this point, has that already been ruined because we have sort of met? Hi, we are the inevitable doom.
I mean, not particularly. Feel free to show your face however you wish.
D'accord. Allons-y.
Yeah, let's go.
So you make your way over to the Shrouded Consortium.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys make your way further into the Nightshade Row, you eventually do come to the Shroud Consortium. Um, the door, as you go to knock on it, it just swings itself open creepily. Right as your hand goes to hit to knock, it just squeaks right open. And you're beckoned in by this cold, almost magnetic pull of air as it kind of envelops you and is like trying to pull you into the space. Do you resist or do you go in?
Hell no, I go in.
Yeah, we're here to go in. Why would we resist? Seems like a crazy idea.
As you guys are almost swept off your feet, being pulled in by the magnetic pull of this cold air, the door slams shut behind you, and you see 2 rows of candles on either side of you, lights up 15 aside with this black candle light illuminating these purple candles, and the space fills with this dark, creepy, very shadowy filled light. And you see that these lights kind of lead around a bend, which you could not see without this low, dim light kind of leading the way. As you kind of push further into the space, you do hear the whispering kind of all around you, but as you look around, you don't see anything. You don't see any whites of eyes, you don't see any different colors, you just hear the wow, 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 like whisperings and almost swallowings of inhaled air. And as you make your way, following around this curves a little bit more, and as the lights in front of you light up, the lights behind you dim out. It's almost like the lights are recycling from behind you to in front of you to continue to lead you on your way, and you feel like
That's super cool.
you're walking for much longer than you should be. Eventually, you realize this place has walked you just through a maze, and you eventually end in this
We're gonna die in the Shroud Consortium, guys.
You end up in this foyer of a space with not but a single chair sitting at the end of this 2-road candlelit path. And as the candles get towards where you can see this chair, you see that the candle lights behind you, as they evaporate into the air, the lights follow and they light up all around this throne of a chair, kind of encapsulating it in this dark, majestic, royal purple light. And you see sitting there, hood pulled completely over, almost to the point where it's almost down to their chin. You see this figure just sitting, legs crossed, with a tome in hand in their lap, as if they are reading. And as you kind of stand there, what do you guys do, if anything?
I feel like this is intimidating.
Feel like I would do like a soldiery kind of, not like salute like hand up, but like maybe like fist across the chest kind of salute. Like, this person looks cool and you should get some respect. They seem like they fit with a vibe that I've seen before. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that feels like a cool vibe.
I'll just copy what she does.
Always an excellent plan with no risks.
Yeah, that's not threatening. It's a good way to start.
As you're doing that, you hear what sounds just like old bones kind of shuffling and moving. And the sounds kind of emanate from all around you. You can't necessarily point to any one specific location. It kind of just sounds like it's echoing in this acoustic chamber. And as you look up, you see that the arm of this person sitting there seems to have closed the tome and is stretched out with their hand open, like they're waiting for you to place something in their hand.
Ooh. What do we gotta put in the hand, guys?
The chest question mark.
Oh, yeah, the thing that we got from what's his nuts. That's probably what we're putting in his hand. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Do I have that?
What if this is just some random guy and we just give away our quest item?
I mean, we are in the right place, so
But like, who knows, man? Let's go with the chest.
should we? Do we try saying like confirming what we think is going on? I don't know.
What
Let's
if,
give him the chest. I feel
what
like
if he just
it's so
wants?
much funnier if we give him the chest without any
Yeah.
thought to any consequences. So let's do that.
What if he's just like the guard who's like accepting a payment to let us go see the guy who wants us?
I know, right? Right?
The guard sitting in his throne with an ancient tome.
Yeah. I think it's like reasonable. If I don't know which one of us has the box, but
Did,
You
did he put out a hand like he want to grab something, or
Like
is it like a
he's
magical hand?
it's just their large hand, like it's waiting for something to be placed in it.
Merritt, how about you go give him the box?
I gave it a high five.
As you go to high five, it's a skeletal hand. But they're still, you hear as you high five them, just a sigh. And then they are wrapping their fingers on the tome with their hands still outstretched like they're waiting.
Oh, I feel like okay. Here's the chest, and I'll go up and give him the chest.
As you place this chest in their hands, it's a weighty chest. It takes two hands for you to hold it without like dropping it to the floor. You place it in their skeletal hand and arm, and they just hold it there, seeming without any resistance from it all, almost like it's as light as a feather. And they kind of fold it up, and their arm disappears into their robes, and then it comes back out and reopens the tome, and you see a drop of blood drips off of their finger, and they like make a motion in the book like they're signing something, and then they close the tome again. And without looking up, they say to all of you, "So Golthrax sent you to me, did he?"
He did. We are the inevitable doom. And
I know who you are.
Oh,
I know who everybody who enters my town is. There are no secrets in the Shroud Consortium.
Then you must know what we are here for, then.
I do, and I can assist very
Is
quite easily.
I'm gonna like lean over. This feels like weirdly suspiciously too easy,
it does. But it's okay.
but I think he already knew that.
How much is where we are give me the vibe of my god?
Ironically, not very much.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like what it felt like when you obtained your deific powers. This is just a creepy, spooky place.
Mm.
Okay, can I ask who you are?
Golthrax did not tell you who he sent you to see?
We know
He
we are
just said the
coming to
Shroud
a Shroud
Consortium.
Consortium.
He said people, a group of people. You are one people.
As you say, they are but one person, you hear a snap, and it's like the finger and thumb bone snapping together, and for a split second, the whole room, like, flashes. And as you look around, there are 36 other veiled people looking at you, and then the room goes dark again, with just the candlelight.
Oh my god.
I am Malus the Veiled. I run the consortium, as well as a host of other things. But yes, I can preserve your head for you. If you wish to bring it here, I
Wh-
can do so.
What is the cost of that?
You have already paid the cost. You were deemed worthy. If you weren't, the candles would have led you to a pitfall trapped to your death.
Oh.
Neat. What makes us wealthy?
You have blood on your hands.
Oh.
Jean looks down, and there might legitimately be like blood on like her like gauntlets or something, and she'll like just kind of shrug, like, yeah, there is.
You have connections and relations to death, undeath, the search for immortality, and deities of old who are not, shall we say, good.
So we're allowed in because we're super cool bad guys, guys. Out of character.
And you also bore no ill will to myself or the consortium.
That is true. Strangely, I bear a lot of ill will, and strangely had and have none for you, or your consortium. Honestly, you are cool guys.
Bring me the head, and I will preserve it for you.
I will take. I assume that I had the head not like just hanging out the entire time. Although maybe I did. Honestly, who knows? Anywho, I give him Silva's head.
What do you want the head to be? Do you want it to be like a shrunken head, like a voodoo head?
Oh shit.
I mean, like, that would probably be more convenient to carry around. Does that mean that I wouldn't be able to speak with dead on it if it was shrunken?
You can only speak with dead on things once. And
Oh,
already done
damn
that.
it. All
And
right.
I'm pretty sure.
I
Unless
thought it was
things...
like once a week or something, but like maybe I made that up.
It doesn't... Oh, every 10 days. It won't change
Oh.
the mechanics of how the spell would work on it.
Okay.
It would just be smaller.
I mean that seems more convenient, right, guys? Smaller.
It does seem convenient.
Although, like, honestly, I just didn't want it to like decay and become gross. Was my number one concern.
Do you want to wear it on
But
your
smaller
belt?
does feel convenient. Yeah, that also seems like something that would be cool to do. I don't know. Whatever you think is cool, Alex. I'll accept whatever is cool.
Roll me a D100. Do you want high or do you want low?
High.
As they kind of... You feel a gaze upon you, but they don't move their head at all. It doesn't rise, it doesn't move in any way, shape, or form. And you just hear some under the breath chanting. And as they finish up, you kind of listen around and you hear that as they start to chant, the chanting kind of echoes through the room. And as you think about it for a second, every single creature that is in this room is chanting the same thing. And this light green fog of magic kind of sweeps across the room, encapsulating the whole floor, and it goes up underneath the veil of this creature, and they inhale it and blow it out almost like a poison breath onto the head, and you see that the head itself almost pickles in place and shrinks down to about half of its size, and then they hand it back over to you. It is done.
Merci beaucoup.
They nod.
Maylis, you seem to know a lot. Could you? And you know, we're very new to the city. We don't really know where we're going much, but that's okay. We're having a good time exploring. Could you? I'm sort of curious about what's happening outside of the Velvet Market. What's happening with the cool monastery up there? How's or just any cool details about the city? I just want to know more about it.
Well, Those in the city above look down on the city below, topographically and societally. You like that?
Really like.
Those above do not share the wealth with those below, so those above become victim to those below as they are robbed and beaten. And yet, they still live their lives of luxury in the sun, like nothing down here exists.
Wait, sorry, is there not sun down
No.
here?
Mm-mm. It's perpetual
Oh.
twilight. And the further you go into alleys and whatnot, it's just dark, lit by candles, arcane lanterns.
I just thought it was like dark time of the day when we were here. Sorry.
No. You see that the sun is bright and shining up above. Like when you were outside, it was like later in the afternoon, but the sun was so high in the sky, and it was just twilight down here. They utilize the sun and their wealth for their own gain. They rarely travel down here, but we know things about them that they will be ashamed to admit. But
Like they're sort of like dirty secrets, or like just. I don't know where I was going with that the rest of that statement. Please hold.
all of it. We know everything. We also control the caverns, which they try to go into, to pillage, to plunder, to steal the resources, and strip us of what little livelihood we have. But we kill them instead. They attempt and they die.
Well,
But it is not a bad place to visit if you wish to get the breadth and totality of Duskstall. Just know that what you see up there is not the truth. It is a mere facade of everything below.
Just a quick, if you don't mind my asking, do you know if there are people in town who will be mad about and like holds up head of Shrunken, given that there is sort of a cool assassin group of people down here? Do you think that is something that should be hidden here, or
I would,
is it something to be proud of?
and down here in Nightshade Row, people would probably, in the Shadow Wards, you would likely not be given a cold reception. But if you were to leave the Shadow Wards and go above to the upper heights, I would not wear that skull as a badge of honor.
Second question, if I ever wanted to do this to more skulls, do you know if there's a like easier way to do it than, and not that I wouldn't come back to hang out, because like totally would, but just like convenience wise of not being able to get back here?
There is a way. It's just slower, more time consuming, and smells quite bad.
Is it just like normal taxidermy?
They kind of wave their hand, and you see that a creature, like a shadowy being in a cloak, kind of appears from off to the side with a small little box. And they present it to you, and they open it up, and you see in there are 2 small vials and a little pouch. And basically what they give you is vinegar and pickling salt to literally pickle the head.
you know, Maylis, I'm curious. You have all of this information on the upper city, and maybe I'm wrong. From my impression, looks to me like. I mean, what's your range of control over the Velvet? Are you the one sort of leading around those shadowy figures we saw in the other places?
You mean the Shadow Wardens?
Yeah. Are they under? Are you? They working for you?
Mm, not. Yes and no.
Hmm.
They are. Well, they are privately funded. They operate with discretion, ruthlessness, and their loyalty can be bought. But at this time, it is a shared influence between myself and another within the Twilight Syndicate. And very rarely the Monastery of the Seven Bells. But that's if they are out of work and need money.
Hmm.
So, to answer your question, yes, but not always. Currently, yes. Partially, currently, yes.
Can I ask who the other part owner is? Or part funder?
They kind of look at you. Why?
Simply curious.
Well, the Twilight Syndicate is who we're co-working with.
Hmm.
That is the other group who maintains power and order.
It looks to me like you guys have a lot of powerful, dangerous artifacts here. If you guys, if the people in the Velvet Market and even around are so sick of these upper echelon people, why don't you just take what they have for yourself?
Because it's not just us that live here. There are other residents that live in the Shadow Wards that are just trying to get by in their day-to-day life, that
Hmm.
didn't ask for nor do they deserve a potential war or slaughter being brought down upon their heads. And I don't know if you've ever tried to fight a literal uphill battle. It's not the easiest.
You're right.
Is there no way that you could get uphill topographically? You know what? I do not know the geography of the region. I should just stop speaking. Of course, you know the geography of the region. I am being ridiculous.
I mean, we. Everything comes in time. Right now is not the time for an uprising. Right now, Upper Heights and Shadow Wards are at a tenuous peace. So, we
Hmm.
don't see the reason to risk upending the lives of thousands of people for our own pride. Could we kill all the leaders of the Upper Heights? Absolutely. We could likely take out the leadership with just this room of people. Yourselves included in that, of course.
I was
But
going to say, could we help?
but we see no reason right now to do that. We are always prepared, but we don't wish to be the ones that instigate a very destructive battle.
Well, that's actually quite admirable of you. Not what I'd honestly expect from a crime syndicate, but
Oh,
Maybe.
we're not the crime syndicate. That's the Twilight Syndicate. Lady Nymara, or Nymera, is the leader of them.
Ooh, putting that in my notes.
Lady Nymara.
Nymera, Nymera. Yep. And this person's name, in case you want to know it,
Well, I guessed how to spell it, and I'm
yes,
sure it's wrong.
her name is Malus the Veiled.
Malus. Well, still, quite admirable. I've just got. Well, then what do you do? What's your role in all of this? I feel like you're not just the standard run-of-the-mill merchant that perhaps Gothrax was.
I don't think
Golthrax
Goldrax was run of the mill either. I guess run of the
I
evil
guess
mill, or the
no one
creepy
here
mill.
was run-of-the-mill.
Exactly.
Nothing here is as it seems. That is true. But I would say there's more than what meets the eye, but all your eyes can see is my hand. I am more than a hand.
That was very ominous. Okay, I respect it. If you don't want to be asked any more about that.
I will say, the thing that I specialize in, just to sate your curiosity a little, I do and am known for being able to manipulate memories and perceptions,
Ooh.
as well as the undead, obviously. She kind of looks over at you for a minute, Marin, and you see the veil kind of turn towards you, but you don't see a face, but you do feel this odd connection. And then she kind of turns back away. It says, It seems I'm not the only person here with a connection to necromancy.
Do we know that yet?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You don't know who exactly my god is, but you definitely saw me using Eye of Grave and shit like that. So
Yep.
Oh, okay.
you know
Okay,
like
okay,
it's necromancy related cleric power.
yeah. Oh, and you did say you found God or something, right?
Yeah,
No?
yeah, you know I'm cleric for sure, but
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess
Okay. Okay.
that
Okay.
you may not know it's Eye
I'm,
of Grave
I'm
cleric.
trying to balance me
Upgrade.
having an out of game discussion with you about which god to pick and what Jean actually remembers. You know. Yeah. Back to you.
I smile, give her a knock back.
If people try to overthrow me, they simply disappear. And then I modify the memory of any of those who ever knew of them. So, any other questions I can answer for you?
Not me. I just think this is all intrigue. I don't know.
Yeah.
If
Can we just hang out more? You just seem really cool.
I mean, I guess what is the Seven Bell
Oh
Monastery?
yeah. Why 7?
Sure. Why 7? Let's ask that one.
Why is it called the Seven Bells Monastery?
Yeah.
Because it has 7 bells.
But 7 seems like such an like not a good number of bells to line up. You couldn't like pack them into a square. They're just like a bad number.
Well, you say that, but the thing about Duskstall is We have our own pantheon that we worship. And
And now there are 7 of them?
and there are 7 of them in the twilight.
Well, that would have answered the original question for the record.
The candles kind of flash brighter and bright green, almost like that felt like an inconsiderate. She does not like to be interrupted, kind of don't do that kind of thing. The Twilight Pantheon, as I was saying, has 7 deities that we worship that are outside of the normal pantheon. They are the deities of Duskstall. So, they represent the balance between light and dark, the mysteries of transition, and the powers of secrets. And each of the deities holds sway over specific domains related to the liminal space between day, night, life, death, truth, and deception.
I mean, if Jean wasn't already taken, that all sounds super cool.
I will be interested in learning the death one just as a in-game progress.
Do you want to know?
I sure I will kind of ask who's the deity of death.
There are 2 of them. Some of the deities have multiple domains, some share domains, but the 2 who focus on death. The first is Leora the Duskwalker. Their domain is transitions, twilight, life and death, and passage. They're a goddess who guides souls during times of transition, from life to death, from light to darkness, from one journey to the next. She is typically depicted as a serene figure walking along the horizon, her cloak reflecting both dawn and dusks. Priests of her often involved in rites of passage and funeral ceremonies, helping souls find peace and travelers find their path. The other is Obsidious, the Endless Night.
I like him better.
They focus on darkness, death, transformation, and rebirth. Obsidious is the god of death, darkness, and the cyclical nature of existence. Unlike other death gods who represent the ending, Obsidious embodies death as part of an eternal cycle that leads to rebirth. He's feared, respected, often invoked in the obsidian depths by those who explore the hidden dangers of the world. Followers believe that true transformation comes only through embracing darkness. Listening to the description of these 2 deities, they do sound very similar to other pantheon-based deities that you have known of just in your studies and in general. But it looks like this city is...
Is it kind of like a Greek-Roman kind of vibe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it's its own thing. Like, this city has its own pantheon it follows. It's got its own currency system. As you saw, information can be traded. It doesn't have to be money. It's got its own real way of operating in the world that's outside of the world, but also inside the world. So, yeah. At least so far from what you have seen in the bit you have been in. But the symbol, just out of curiosity, because they're fun, Leora's symbol is a setting sun with a single feather, and Obsidious' symbol is a black circle surrounded by a ring of bones.
I like that one better.
But yes, that's why it's the 7 why there's 7 bells, one for each deity.
Wow.
That is curious. Are we heading out?
I mean, I don't
Um,
really have
th-
much
this
questions.
this time we had sort of entrance to see you from. Oh fuck! What's his nuts? That wasn't in character. What's his
Golthrax?
Golthrax. Would we be permitted to see you again if we were in town?
If you so choose, hold up your hands. Show me the back of them, please.
Showing back of
Do
hand.
so.
If you all hold up the back of your hand, they kind of wave their bony hand just like across their space, and you all feel a slight burning on the back of your hand.
Ow!
Not enough to really cause any pain, just like a discomfort, almost like a mosquito bite. And you look down, and you see that it is just a strange symbol of just a small, like skeletal hand, very small, sits between your last knuckle and your second to last knuckle on your right hand. And as you kind of look at it, it disappears. And she says, if you make your way to our front door and hold your hand, it will persevere as the key to allow you entry. And it will lead you back to this chamber via candlelight.
Now that we have been deemed wealthy, is it possible to not be deemed wealthy the next time?
I mean, if you attempt to murder me, then yes, you would obviously be deemed unworthy. If you bring violence into my chamber against me or my kin, that would obviously create a problem. I would recommend not doing that, and that would deem you unworthy. So, short of bringing or attempting to bring harm to the consortium, or betraying the consortium, there's not many other ways. And just to be clear, discussing and having conversation and meeting other people does not instigate a betrayal. It would be if you were tasked with something from me, or I provided you with secrets, and you went and spread them, or, things like that would be considered betrayal in the eyes of anyone, would be betrayal. You're free to
On that
explore
note,
as
do
you
you
wish.
have any tasks you would like us to do for you? We're not like we have other things that need to be done, but if there's something that we're sort of vaguely freelancing right now.
She kind of looks at you, you think, for a second. Hmm. Maybe. Maybe. But not right this second. Do you have a way of which I can reach out to you?
That you can reach out to us?
A way that you find most convenient. I can get a hold of you any way I wish, it just might not be the most convenient for you. Do you have a preferred
mean, if
method of communication?
I feel like I'm mostly okay with creepy voices inside my head if that's what needs to happen. I say creepy in like a good way.
I agree with that.
Well, at this exact moment, I don't, but I might be sending or need someone to go into the depths for me to retrieve an artifact. It
I
would
mean,
be
that sounds like fun, guys, right?
it would be very worth your time.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Just let us know when.
Okay. Wait here. You see, they stand up from their chair for the first time. And as they stand up, this person stands 10 feet tall.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Think of it, this person. Have you all seen Lord of the Rings, I assume?
No.
What?
I
Child!
haven't. I've
Jesus.
I haven't. I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Let
It's
me.
like my biggest shame to admit.
I mean, you could just fix that. You just need
I,
like 12
I
hours and you could
can.
fix that.
See,
So
the thing I
here's
watched The
here's what
Hobbit.
they look like. Google Nazgul,
Oh,
Nazgul. That's the form that she has. Google Nazgul,
Got you.
Nazgul,
Got
and
you.
that's the vibe of what they look like in general. Looking at them. This is exactly what you see. You don't see anything below the hood. The hands are very skeletal, just 10 feet tall. They look like
Okay.
that. So there's your image for it. Um, and she says, "Wait," and she steps into the shadows and just floats off for a second. Um, and some time goes by, and the air around you stays cold, stays very, very cold. Let me see if I can find what I need. Here we go. And she comes back and says, "If you're willing to go deep, deep the the obsidian depths, for no short venture, there is a sword that I wish to obtain, but I cannot leave the Shadow Wards to just Lyra. I can't, that's unfair. If you wish to go, it is a Vanta Black greatsword that shines like a night sky full of stars, with a black cut obsidian scabbard. Deep, deep lost in the depths. If you can find it and bring it to me, I will very much make it worth your time."
Well, that sounds fantastic.
I mean, yeah, like, Jean is very much down.
That almost sounds like fun.
In fact, it does sound like fun.
It will be very challenging.
This sounds fantastic.
It will
Oh
push
my
you to your
god.
limits, but if successful and you're able to keep out from under, if you're able to keep your adventure secret and out of the ear and eye shots of those, and you hear like a scoff from the upper heights, from the monastery, I will reward you with no less than 6,000 gold pieces and a host of other things that I deem worthy.
By any chance, would any of those host of other things be cool weapons and or shields?
certainly could be.
Then I'm down.
You know, I feel like there have been a lot of situations that should have really, quote unquote, tested us. But you know, like, we've tamed dragons, we've killed vampires, and we've all done it with relative ease. Killed crazy assassins. Like, I'm thinking, it won't be that bad.
I think you are perhaps a little bit bloated on how cool you feel right now.
I mean, Gene, we got a dragon to cross the country.
And I am fairly sure that we are going to have to fuck with that dragon's family at some point.
And we're gonna kill them.
And we're gonna kill them.
And we're going to win. It's really no big deal.
It's like little deal.
Exactly. A very
You are going to die from
small-
your own hubris one of these days.
I feel like we have every right to be confident, Gene. It's not ego.
You
it's
almost
confidence.
died like yesterday. You literally almost died yesterday.
I will admit I got hurt and I was unconscious, but can we really say that that was almost a lot? Because it looks to me like we won that battle very easily. I mean, her head is literally on your belt now.
I think we should really take this conversation outside of this building after we accept our quest.
Well, you know, I'd like Maylise to know who she's hiring, what we're capable of. The inevitable doom, after all, it's in the name.
I have heard of you.
Have you
I'm
held
curious
super cool
by,
things?
how. I feel like you're the first person to have heard of us.
I have eyes and ears everywhere. And to be honest, you did tell Golthrax who you were.
Well, we're
They-
trying to get the name out there to an extent.
Golthrax kind of gave me a heads up of who you were before you came in my door. So he messaged me and said the inevitable doomer who's delivering my package to you. Please don't kill them. Unless they deserve it.
That was so
Well-
nice of him.
It truly was.
Golthrax is a good dude. He's a good guy.
I think either way, we're perfectly capable of accepting this job, and we would really appreciate the extra work.
I will tell you, if you perish, I will likely send some of my compatriots after you and resurrect your corpses to be under my control. So keep that in mind.
Oh, okay.
Just know that is as part of accepting the job.
That is
That
a
is an
worthwhile caveat to add to the job.
That's a very big.
Now, you can obviously, if you don't wish for that to happen, you could, if you were killed, I could bring you back to life as yourself, or reincarnate you in something else, or raise you as an undead under my control. The choices are all yours.
I think
Do you,
personally,
do you have a preference, or I could leave you there to rot? Those are
would
the
they
options.
would all of those options be under your control?
The only one under my control would be if I turned you into an undead.
Oh, then please
Just
on
know
the unfortunate
that-
case I do die.
that if you do die and I reincarnate you, or bring you back from the dead as you are now, there is a cost associated to that, and you would be in my debt to work it off until it is paid.
I'm sure we can afford it.
Okay.
I'd rather be in debt than in perpetuity, if that sort of makes sense.
Okay. Well, there's no
Personally,
rush.
actually, though, I'd rather just stay dead if that does happen.
There's no rush on this job. So, take your time.
Maylise, one last question,
Mm.
and then we could be out of your hair. But do you know anything about the Black Grimoire of Umis?
Have either Jean and I heard about that term before?
The Black Grimoire of Umis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the book that you
I-
guys copied for Valshun. That's the
Is
title
it
of.
the memory of my future?
Um, no,
Or
that's
is
a
it
different.
trap?
That's a different thing. Um,
Is that not? It is. Is it not the book that Rao has?
oh yeah, that's what the actual book is called. It's the Black Grimoire of Umis because it's Umis's Black Grimoire. Subtitle:
Yeah.
Memories of My Future.
Memories of
Yeah.
my future. Yeah, we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same
It
book.
is-
It's just it goes by the two different names depending on how it's being referred to. So the official name, like the actual like item name, is the Black Grimoire of Umis, but it has colloquially become known as Memories of My Future author Umis.
So special it gets two names.
She thinks for a long time. Yes, I have. It's a tome which is nigh indestructible, but it is a necromancer's dream to obtain. You can, with the right components, you can cast world-altering magic, making yourself immune to necrotic, poison, and non-magical damages. You can just move through things incorporeally. Anything you touch takes damage and you heal from that damage. And you can command any undead within 120 feet of you without having to focus your magic on them for a whole 24 hours. But after that time is over, if you are unable to resist the charms of the book, your soul is absorbed in, from what I've heard.
Well, that doesn't sound great. World altering spells. Do you? What does that mean?
Exactly what I said. It means you can
It
alter
alters the world?
the world.
I suppose what Imrik is trying to get at is in what sort of ways can you alter the world? Yes? That was the real question?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, if you were to have a way to, you know, create an army of undead spectral warriors, slaughter the living, put them all under your control, you could effectively control sections of the world and continue that. And rule over it in your dark necrotic, with your own dark necrotic shroud.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. That doesn't sound like something I'm too keen on. But
What are you keen on?
I just don't want to die.
So immortality.
Yeah, yeah.
There are ways that you can obtain immortality.
I've been learning a lot about that. Yeah.
I mean, becoming undead is one way, but that's not the most pleasant way. But you could become a lich.
I've heard about liches, and I've heard about this elixir of immortality. I thought was very interesting. It's just a lot of work, you know. But
I might be able
I
to help
mean,
you with that.
with the elixir of immortality?
she kind of looks over and makes a hand gesture, and one of the cloaked figures appears in the candlelit path in front of her and hands her a very old tome. This tome is coated in so much dust and spider webs that when she blows it off and opens it, you guys all cough. That's how much stuff is on this thing. It fills the air with old spidey webs and dust and just general allergens.
Just allergen. There's cat dander on it.
There is a way that she flips through it. She kind of looks at you for. She actually lifts her head up, and you see underneath the hood, all of you for the first time, these two dots of, like, it looks like blood red. And as you kind of stare, they get bigger and bigger, and her eyes kind of look like they're getting closer and closer. And it almost feels like the three of you are being sucked into just this whirlpool of scarlet. Like, it's just intense stare. And she focuses her gaze upon you, Imric, and you just feel this weird, like, flash come across your head, and it's just, everything goes red for a split second. And she goes, "Waters from the river Styx. I can help you get that."
Perfect. What? How? Yeah.
I could send you there.
Oh shit.
But I would not be comfortable doing that until you have successfully survived acquiring this object, because then I will know that you're strong enough. I don't just wish to send you to your death for the sake of sending you to your death. That seems unfair. So that can be the deal. If you acquire this item, I'll give you 6,000 gold pieces, additional items that seem of benefit, and a return trip to the Nine Hells, or wherever it is that the River Styx flows from and to. I can get you there. And back.
I mean, yes. No. Yeah. This sounds.
None of these will be easy. Just keep that in mind. Do not overestimate your own abilities. If you do, and you die, and I have to bring you back, I will not send you to the waters, because you will not be able to survive. Understood?
Understood.
Well then, she slams the tome and more dust comes out the sides of the pages. She kind of chuckles and gives the book back to one of the attendants, who goes back into the shadows. Well, enjoy the Shadow Wards. Enjoy the upper heights. Explore the entirety of Duskstall to your heart's content. Find more secrets. Acquire more things. Do whatever you feel necessary. And when you are ready to go into the depths, return, and I will send you with a person to guide. I will send you with a guide there. And upon arriving there, they will leave you to your business.
Perfect. Thank you.
And if you betray me, you'll die anyway, so really I have nothing to lose. So
No need to worry about that.
I don't worry until given a reason.
Fair enough.
Any other questions, concerns, points of contention and conversation from any of you?
don't think so. Thank you so much.
Good.
It was
Alright.
a pleasure to meet you, Meili.
Absolutely. Enjoy your time here in Duskstall.
Wait, sorry, wait, one more thing. The thing is that you know about the inevitable doom. Is it that we are super cool and intimidating? Because apparently that vibe has not made it out into the world yet.
No, I just knew that's what your group name was.
Oh, okay. Well, to let anyone else know, the vibe is super cool and intimidating.
I will be sure to tell them the vibe is scary.
I will accept scary.
Well, hopefully we'll see you around.
Indeed.
And
Good luck.
I'll start heading out.
Yeah, we can go.
Well, shit, guys. This is... What the fuck?
You guys
You
can
guys...
you guys can follow the candle lights back out, and you are able to step back out into the nightshade row. And as you step out, no one really pays attention to you stepping um, out of the shroud. Everyone kind of minds their own business, and unless you are trying to grab somebody's attention, they leave you to your own business.
So nice. Thanks, guys.
Guys, I know he said that we probably couldn't handle it, but how do we feel about going on this job?
Sorry, on the job to the depths
Yeah,
that we probably are not quite yet ready for.
yeah.
Um, I
I think we're ready for it.
I don't feel great about it.
I feel fantastic about it.
That is
I
what makes
feel
me
like
feel not great about it.
I feel like if we can handle the dragon, if we can handle vampires, we
We
can handle
we did
Sandor.
We did
we
not handle a
there are
dragon.
multiple of those things we did not really handle.
I think we can handle the depths.
I'm not going to lie, the depths sound really fucking cool, and I want those rewards.
That's what I'm saying, Jade.
But for somebody who really does not want to die, you seem to have a death wish.
She's
I
not wrong, as much as I don't like to say that.
I just think that we are capable, and you know what? If things start going wrong, we can get out with our
How?
teleportation to
Oh,
Sandor.
oh yes, because
We
that's going to be flawless. Because the second we get there, he's going to read all our minds. And how are we going to disguise the fact that we definitely want to kill him someday?
we we can cast spells to make it harder for whatever's attacking us to
Do
chase
you
us
have those
down.
spells?
I do. Okay, I
Okay.
do. I can cast webs to get them all stuck and
That does
sticky.
not help.
I
That
can
does not
cast
help us in this
tentacles
situation.
to grab them to the
That also does not
ground.
help in this situation.
What do you mean it doesn't help in this situation? If we start running away and we have all these things to restrain them, they can't chase us. And you know what? We can just take it one day at a time. Like what if we just go down and we clear out a little bit of it. We go back up. We enjoy a nice drink and night at the tavern, and we go back down again, and we start picking off some more things. We go back up. We take another rest. Not everything's gotta be do it all or nothing.
I
Although
think
that's
a
how
lot
I
of things need to be do all or nothing. That is generally how most things go.
well, we can put it on hold for now. But I am excited to go on to this.
I mean, even we're gonna put it on as our next quest, we're certainly not gonna start tomorrow.
Speaking of which, what else would be our next quest?
Well, like I said, I don't mind make this our next quest, but we
Well,
certainly need to do a few other things. We need to find someone, find that lady that we saw in the jungle or whatever that we went the other day. Uh,
The lady in the jungle.
well, the
With the book?
Rel
Oh, the assassin.
and the assassin, both of them, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, Rel
The
and
assassins.
Alyssa.
Yeah. Oh, Alyssa.
Yeah, Alyssa.
If we're
Alyssa was
gonna
the
try,
Alyssa was the assassin with Rel.
True.
And
Okay.
yeah, you guys killed.
Perhaps we could ask about the assassin in the assassin area. Also, honestly, I
Was
feel like I should just make some connections in the assassin
Or
area.
also, if we need gonna go to this underdark-ish area, then we probably want to be very prepared. And
stock up on
more prepared
potions.
than we ever been.
No, I agree. I like the sneaking, man.
And
You know what I
yeah,
was thinking? We could go to the assassin contract area, see if there's another job for your next target chain. See if we can sort of just get kill two birds with one stone. That's the phrase.
In French, we do not have not in French. In Giant, there are no birds. It's just kill two with one stone. It's weird. Kill two what? Who knows? But well, I don't understand how you're hoping that he happens to be in the Underdark. Is that what you are suggesting?
no, I think we are looking for information.
Oh, you're
No,
saying could be information in.
what
He's
I'm
not an
saying,
assassin.
what I'm saying is that there's that place that has a bunch of like assassin contracts, right?
Yes.
And since like your tribe has a hit out on this guy for your tribe members, I mean maybe he's also just done some shit that like burns down villages that maybe made it so that
Or you're
there's a
saying other
contract.
people might also want to kill him.
Yeah, we can just get like a double reward for one job.
If there happens to be a contract to kill him, then sure.
If yeah, yeah, I mean it's worth checking out.
I mean, I want to go there anyway, so sort of similar to the meeting the shroud cool people, for the guy whose name I will never fucking remember, Gulthrax. Similar to that situation where we wanted to go there anyway, so why
Yeah,
not? I
perfect.
also would like to go to the assassin area, so why not?
Perfect.
Um,
I'd like to check out the Seven Bells Monastery. I hope I assume it's open to the public, but I'd love to. I want to go see that too.
I mean, it seems like we would like to do some time in the upper echelon of the city at some point.
And I mean, yeah.
We can try to spend the night there.
I am also. I don't know how much role playing I need to do in Alchemist Alley, but I do have a specific potion that I'm looking for, Alex. Depending on how you feel about that concept. I don't know how much it would cost.
What potion are you looking for?
I'm looking for a potion of fire resistance.
Fire resistance.
Fire resistance.
We could certainly find that. I do have maps for all these little areas, so hold on.
I mean, like, if you want to take us there to show us all the lore and the cool things, I'm also super excited to look at any part of this town.
That's fine. Where do you guys want to go, just so we can get you to the right places?
I want to go everywhere. So, I mean, I'd like to go to the assassination place. I'd like to go to the alchemist place.
I mean, since we're already in the Velvet Market first,
Where do you want to go first?
do we want to go to the assassin place first?
You can certainly do that.
Sure.
Well, I'm
Alright.
asking the other people. But yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys kind of look around a little bit more, you do once again find the entrance to the Serpent's Nest. And as you kind of get a little bit closer, you feel your hands burning a little bit. In a place where you couldn't previously get past, you look at your hands and you can see the little skeleton key on your hands, which gives you access to this place. Because it's a skeleton that's a key, but it's also a skeleton key to get through all the doors. See what I did there?
Dude. Oh yeah.
Yep, I see what you did there.
So you guys make it into the Serpent's Nest, and it has this name because of there is a old petrified 150-foot snake corpse running immediately
Oh, that's so cool.
down the path. And as you get in here, you see that there are. It's very cold, very quiet in here. People are keeping to themselves. You hear faint murmurs, but they're merely exchanged between shadowy figures. You do see every now and again a few of the patrol folks kind of maneuvering their way through. You see that if there are people talking to each other, there is often a guard standing about 30 feet away, but keeping an eye on the conversation. And anybody who kind of tries to walk towards it, the guards, the patrolmen, will step in to block the conversation, keeping every conversation between deal makers private. Even if it's in a more open space, they allow them privacy and secrecy.
It's so nice. I mean, it's like nice in like
I
a creepy, spooky
know.
way, but like that's like legitimately like really nice of
This
a
place
system
is
to have.
awesome, dude.
I love this place. Can we live here? Can this be where we live now?
There are a couple places within the Serpent's Nest that you can go. There are the mercenary place where you would be able to acquire the services of mercenaries or put yourself up for mercenary jobs. It's called Iron Claw Mercenaries.
One sec, I gotta put that in my notes.
And there is also another place that you kind of hear whispers of as you are kind of walking around and looking for places where you could potentially find information on the assassins and things like that. That's
I would love to look into Silva if there's any assassin, if there's anyone who knows anything about her here.
Okay.
While we're here, you know?
Yeah. As you guys enter into Iron Claw Mercenaries, go ahead and you can. Do you want to like look on the mercenary posting board? Do you want to ask around? How are you trying to acquire this information?
I mean, realistically, the thing is like realistically, Jean probably wouldn't ask around, but asking around would probably give her the best chance of learning shit because she can't like perceive shit for shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I feel like she would try to look around and then realize she can't perceive for shit, and then try to subtly ask people about it.
Okay. Roll
Do you
me.
still have the hat on you?
Yeah, I totally have the head on me.
Roll me a stealth check for Jean for subtlety. And this isn't like a normal stealth check if you're trying to hide, so this is just a straight stealth check. This is more if you're trying to be subtle in how you're asking around, more so than trying to hide.
Okay.
Because you're not going to be able to hide in here, but it's just how subtle are you in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
questioning. And you can do it with, for your stealth, instead of using so I was gonna say instead of using so it'll be a subtle roll. So roll me it just a straight charisma check instead of stealth.
Oh, okay.
That'll be like your subtle conversationalism with them. Well, you're
not better.
You're not as subtle as you.
Nope, I didn't mean to do save, but it's no, that didn't hit save. Save would have been +9. I don't know. D&D Beyond's busted.
Well, either way, you're not
Either way, I can't
you're
roll
not
the 4.
subtle enough. And
I have her head hanging on my belt.
You do. And a couple of people kind of look at you and just shun you away. Like, you shouldn't be asking this kind of information so publicly, so open with the person's head at your belt.
Yeah, totally reasonable. Reasonable response.
You do, however, feel your amulet start to vibrate.
Oh shit.
And it's vibrating for Silva, but not from the head. It's vibrating from behind, like, the secretary desk. Like the person who's kind of handing out contracts, closing contracts, the person who is paying the folks who are turning them back in. Because what you find is a lot of the jobs here, there are a lot of jobs that are secret that people are kind of talking in hushed conversations in the shadows about, but there are also jobs that are posted on the board for general mercenary work here, just shadier style, and it's between protection for maybe those that aren't trying to go like the above board. I need actual royal guards, whatever, to protect me. I need some shady folk who won't mind killing as a first resort, as protectors, and like other elimination of rival gangs and things like that outside of the city. You notice none of the jobs are typically for protection or assassination, most times within Duskstall itself. All of the work typically takes people out of Duskstall,
Right.
except for a couple where you see folks are being requested to provide protection from the Shadow Wards to the up to the monastery and back. And when kind of listening about that, those are folks who are kind of looked at as like big heads of criminal organizations. And if they go out in, the more lawful areas, they're probably going to get arrested or someone's going to put out a hit on them. So they use that for their protection. That way they don't get messed with. So, but you do get a ping from behind the secretary desk, and it pings on like a book that just seems to be back in the stacks of things. So do with that what
Do
you
we
will.
have any way of nonchalantly getting to that book
No.
after how unsubtle I've been? Yeah, no, okay.
Even if you were a nat 20 on subtlety, you have 0 chance of getting to that book, because it's like, if you look at it, so if you walk in, there is the desk, which is about 10 feet long, and behind them there are like filing cabinets and bookcases, and that's where they keep all the open and closed contracts and books and tomes and things. So, and it's very easy to see all of those things, so there would be no way that, unless you sort of like
Right.
created a diversion which would create attention, to do it. So, but yes, you do feel a ping off of one of the books back there.
Well, I'd love to learn more about that book. I mean, I guess I can do it non-nonchalantly, but I feel like at this point everyone already is like, fuck that bitch. So,
The secretary kind of sees you just staring. He goes, "Oh yeah, can I help you? You need something?"
can I see that book and point to the thing that my thing is pinging to?
Can I ask you why?
I have a sort of feeling like it's related to part of my job.
And what would that job be?
I'm just gonna say killing this person and hold up the head.
They kind of like get taken aback for a second, like, ugh. Well, I think you did your job successfully. What do you need from the book?
Honestly, I don't know. I just I have sort of a like tracking device thing, and it was telling me that it was related.
For 2 gold, I'll get you the book.
Very well, 2 gold.
But it doesn't leave my desk.
That's fine.
All right. Put 2 gold on the desk. They walk back to the book, and as they're back there, they kind of get they get like a clipboard, and they file through it, and they look at the face and they go, "That's Silva, yeah."
Yeah.
They take out a red marker and like scratch through Silva's name and draw a little skull beside it and recap it.
No way.
And then put the tome on the desk. All right, what page you looking for? You can flip through the pages, and what you find is about 3/4 of the way through the book, there is, as it like the ping gets louder and louder and vibrates more and more, you finally get to a page where it was a assassination job that Silva had completed, and she fingerprinted it in blood, and that's what you're pinging on, like her actual blood.
Yep.
And you see that she was awarded 200 platinum, which she had diverted. Like, it literally in there says 200 platinum reward diverted to siblings. That's all it says.
Aww.
So
So she has siblings. I could go kill them too.
Don't
No,
kill
wait, what if their
anyone,
siblings
man.
are hot? Fuck.
you could do that too.
What? Fuck?
The siblings. Anyway.
That's
The narrative
crazy,
the narrative
guys.
thread of all of my targets having hot siblings would be great. I would laugh at that conceptually.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about her siblings beyond the fact that they exist and might come after me. But I should probably look into that at some point.
But that is the
It'll
only
be
thing that you're pinging
fine.
off of her in here. It was just a thing that said that it doesn't, for the target name, what languages do you read again?
Common Giant Infernal.
In Infernal,
Ooh.
it's a name that you don't recognize, but the name itself is Countess Esmeralda von Goldshire.
Oh my gosh.
So you don't know who they are, what they do, other than apparently they were worth 200 platinum to assassinate. So somebody really wanted them dead for something.
Yeah.
So that job was success, and you can respect someone successfully completing an assassination contract. So here we are.
100%. That's my job. I can respect.
Yeah.
Honestly, worth 2 gold. I know that that's a pretty price, but honestly, worth it. Worth it to just get some vague information on her.
Yep. And then
Um,
when you're done, they close the book and put it back away.
merci.
Mm.
Do you know where we could go to get contracts? Is it just sort of that vague contract board over there?
It really just depends if you're looking for something specific.
Oh, speaking of something specific, do you know if there are any information or contracts about? All I remember is the Inferno. Please hold for notes. Vorak the Inferno. That's the name I was looking for. Do you happen to have any information or hits out for him? Him, them? I don't actually know.
As they kind of think for a second, they get another tome and flip through it, flip to the back of the book where you would, alphabetized. I don't see anything in here for Vorak, so not that I know of.
Okay, it was worth a check.
Yeah. Do you want to pull out a contract on them?
Oh no, no.
Okay.
Anything else we need to do here besides look for jobs?
I'm okay. It's just a cool place to check out.
Yeah,
I
this is.
that we saw a contract for that.
It was worth checking. I did not really think there was going to be anything that came of it, but I checked for your sake. Pat, pat, pat on head.
Thank you, G. Well, do you guys want to see the monastery, or?
I mean, we should look for other jobs while we are here, but then.
Okay.
I am also interested in learning the price of potions, but I am recalling that perhaps we have to trust the people making the potions, and I don't trust anybody. So perhaps that's not a good choice.
I mean, now that if we want to be prepared for this depths mission, the potion place would be a great place to check out.
Sure, but can you trust them to not make things worse?
Would it be horrible if we use Zone of Truth on them? They know if they're... Yeah, we'd probably die. Yeah.
I mean, we could do what we did with Sandar and be like, we are going to do this. Can we do this? But I feel like generally that would be bad.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, do you want to go check it out? Marin, do you want to check it out?
Sure.
So you guys want to go to Alchemist's Alley?
I would like to go to Alchemist Alley.
I
Um,
want to,
I will
stalk
say
it.
the other place here in the Serpent's Nest, just so you guys have
Oh.
the information.
Yeah, don't let us miss any of the other cool places.
Is Vaza the Pact Binder. And as you
Oh.
kind of pop your head in there and look, they are a fiendish looking individual who seems very lawyer like. And this, as you kind of just listen in, this seems like a place where if you're trying to make a magical pact with someone or something,
The pact
this-
lawyer.
the pact lawyer, this might be where you go.
No way. Dude, this place is so cool. What the hell?
Vaza the Pact
Does-
Binder can help create
do-
contracts and pacts.
Does he look like the kind of person who would speak Infernal?
Yes.
I don't know. I just want to like go in and be like, "Hi, I never get to actually speak Infernal. How's my accent?"
He kind of chuckles and says, for someone who never speaks the language, it's not awful. You could do it with some practice, though.
I'm like I can read it really well, but like I don't talk to people in Infernal a lot. Sometimes I pray in Infernal. But yeah, that's it. Have a good day.
Potions!
Yeah, to the potions.
Can we sell weapons somewhere? I
Yeah,
just want to get rid of that +1 longbow.
Oh yeah, you can sell stuff wherever. What is a +1 longbow uncommon, a rare? What is it?
I think it's uncommon.
+1 longbow is an uncommon weapon.
We'll say that you can get
Weapon +1 is an uncommon, yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that you can get 250 for it, or yeah, 250. Fun fact: Abyssal Infernal both sound like Infernal sounds like a high-pitched language constructed of clicks, cracking noises, and sounds reminiscent of the shattering of glass. So whenever you speak in it, it sounds like someone's shattering windows.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you guys continue around, and it is much easier to find Alchemist Alley because you can smell it and you can hear it. It's vibrant but eerie. Colors are shifting from the glow of the different potions. You can hear these vendors muttering to themselves, tinkering with mixtures, testing volatile ingredients. Sometimes you see little, like, you know how in like Dexter's Lab and cartoons that do chemistry, you see little poofs and smoke appears? You see a lot of those little poofs. You also see that a caution sign is at the beginning of Alchemist Alley that says, purchases could lead to dangerous consequences. Obtain at your own risk. And you guys make your way into.
You can just like points at the side, like, see what I mean?
You know, we should have asked Maylise if there was like a more reputable trader here. Like
I
someone,
think the whole point is that they are not in general.
but I mean, what are the benefits of selling us a purposefully faulty potion? You know,
They get money, and we probably are dead and cannot fight them about it.
But like, why not just sell us a normal good potion?
Sometimes you fuck up. I'd like to, and then I like pull out the like 2 or 3 potions of horrible fuck up potions that I have that I bought from her. Of like, these are things I tried and they made like poisons instead. And I'm just like, sometimes it happens.
And that's why we gotta find the person that doesn't fuck up that often. That's what I'm trying to say.
There are 2 different folks that grab your attention here, 2 notable vendors. There is a creepy hooded figure, and the name
Let's go to that one.
And the name of their shop is Shade Bloom Apothecary. You see here as you walk by that they have more poisons and antidotes than anything else. They have venoms. They kind of discuss a little bit their knowledge for crafting unique toxins for the right amount of money. And another shop that you can see not too far down is a place called Threllis the Mixer. Thyrellis, the Mixer. And they are a eccentric elf that is mixing all kinds of potions. Some of them seem unpredictable. Some of them are transformative mutagens. Some of them just say on the listing says surprise potion. I don't know what it does.
Oh, yikes.
Can I buy some surprises?
Yeah, sure.
How much are they?
The surprises, because they have no idea what they are, they're 20 gold a pop.
This
And
feels like
you
it feels
can
like a pretty high price for something you don't know what it is, but you know.
it could be really good, could be really bad. Who knows? But you
It's
can
also,
also get the fire
black
resistance
market
potion
prices.
if you're
How much does a fire resistant potion cost?
50 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll buy that.
How much are a couple of antidote from that creepy guy?
Antidote from the creepy guy.
And are they just like generalized antidote?
Um,
Or do they have like a really niche thing?
so there. Let me see if I can find these things real quick here.
I just wanted on the record, Jean buys precisely 1 potion of fire resist.
Precisely 1. So there is regular antidotes. There is also mummy rot antidotes. And there are also lycanthropy antidotes.
How
Sure.
much?
They're all 50 gold apiece.
Do I just stick in my inventory surprise potions?
Yeah.
I will. I will buy 2 each.
2 each of those ones.
Yeah. That's a lot of. Oh, I don't. I'll buy 1 each. Okay, so it was lycanthropy. Lycanthropy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are you planning on meeting any werewolves anytime soon?
Well, Marin said to be more prepared than we ever have next adventure, and I think that's a good.
Any other potions or anything you wish to purchase?
Marin won't be looking for potion, but probably look for like a brewer supplies and herbalism kit. Just
You can definitely
Yes.
find both of those
Some tools.
things. Both of those things in Alchemist Alley. The brewer's kit is a lot easier to find than a herbalism kit, just because for the herbalism you just have to go to multiple places to get what you need. The brewers you can get in 2 spots that are pretty much right next to each other, because everyone's brewing up potions and stuff. So it's almost like a hodgepodge alchemy kit, but it's got everything you need for brewers. So whatever they cost in the handbook, they just cost that much. So.
Yep.
I don't know what the prices of those are off the top of my
I
head.
need to look those up.
They're probably like 10 gold pieces or something like that. So whatever they cost, you just spend that and you have both those kits.
Brewer supplies.
Okay.
What was so? There's the general antidote.
There's general
The-
antidote / antitoxin. It's the same. And then there's the mummy rot antidote, and then
Mummy rot. Gotcha.
yeah, and then antidote of lycanthropy.
And then, are there any healing potions that I can buy from somewhere? Or is that
Oh,
basic
I'm
for this
out of those.
place?
Hold up. I'm out of those.
Yeah.
There are healing potions you can buy, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should buy
dude,
some of those
perfect.
guys.
Let's stock up on those.
I do have 4 potions of healings and 1 potion of greater healing.
I'm looking for those superior healing potions.
Oh.
I am your
the-
superior
the
healing potion.
The superior, huh?
Unless they're like 500 gold, then no way I'm buying those.
I mean, I think they might be. I think
If
that
they're
literally
actually
might be the
that
price.
expensive, there's actually no chance I'm buying. There's no way.
Let me see what they are real quick. They're not cheap. I know that for
They're not cheap.
sure. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for.
I mean, it's 8d8 healing. It's not that good. It's not
It's
500. 8d4 healing, my bad. It's not 500 gold.
Let's see. I can find you the price probably here in 1 second. magic items. So,
D is the equivalent of my 1 4th level spell.
Yeah.
Heal
so
one.
here's the thing,
Or-
right? So they're a rare item, and they're a consumable rare item, and they do have a price value in, like, for all the rarities. So the cost for a standard rare item is 4,000 gold pieces. For a consumable rare item is 2,000 gold pieces. But
Mhm.
yeah, superiors are really expensive. Whereas,
There
like,
is
here's the thing: if you want to
absolutely
buy a greater healing potion, those are 200 gold pieces. Because to go from uncommon to rare is 10 times the price. Rare to very rare is another 10 times the price, and very rare to legendary is 5 times that price. A legendary item to buy is 200,000 gold pieces.
there's still, even for an uncommon, there's no chance I'm 200 gold. 40. How much is just a common potion of healing?
50.
Okay. How many potions of healings do I have? I feel like I'm being so fickle right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have potions of healing? Hold on. I have 2
I
greater
have 4 on me.
potions. I have 2 greater and 1 superior. But
I
don't
will
think I
buy
have any
a
normal.
greater for 200, you said?
Correct.
I will buy a greater if that's...
Yeah.
Assuming we trust the people here,
I'll
do
buy.
I have to put it in my inventory as mildly suspicious greater healing potion?
You certainly can.
I'll buy 2 normal healing potions.
So 100 gold pieces.
God damn, it's so expensive. Why are healing potions this absurdly expensive? Oh my god.
Well, here's the thing.
That's why we need to start getting bastion so we can get healing potion.
With
and make
a
them
herbalism
viable.
right,
with a
dude.
herbalism kit and a day of work, Marin can make standard potions of healings for 25 gold pieces a pop.
Oh.
So it takes 8 hours of work per day and 25 gold pieces worth of raw materials. You can make potions of healing, healer's kit, candles, or antitoxins with your herbalism kit.
That's
Oh, okay.
So it
Then now
just
can I pick up some ingredients?
yeah. How many do you want to make? If you're doing it for potions of healing, we'll just say you have to buy it in like groups of 25. So however many of those you wish to
So
purchase.
100 gold worth of material will give
Okay.
me 4.
It will give
rounds
you
for
4. You
healing
just have to
potion.
spend 4 days to make those 4 potions with
Yeah.
your herbalism kit. Yep. So,
I will do that.
okay.
perfect. I mean, shit, man, potions too expensive. I'm grumbling all throughout this.
There's a reason why I said I want a fire resistance potion unless it's too expensive, in which case I'm out. Because I knew that there's a chance
Jeez.
that potions are expensive.
All right, but now I've got a lot. I have 2 normal, 2 greater, and 1 superior, and I have a potion of poison resistance.
There you go.
So I'm
Yes, I
good
poison
now.
you.
I've got a good amount of stuff.
You can also make antitoxins with your brewer's supplies too. So,
And yeah, I have a lot of
Yep.
antidotes now. Cool.
it's the same thing. It takes 25 gold pieces and 8 hours to make it. So, just so you know.
Alright.
So, all right. So you have visited Alchemist Alley. Do you wish to go anywhere else down? So let's see. So far, down here, you've seen Alchemist Alley, you've seen Serpent's Nest, and you've been to Nightshade Row. So, do you wish to stay down this area and go to either of the other 2 places? You want to try and find a tavern somewhere to stay at for the night? What's your play?
We didn't actually go to the Twilight Bazaar part, right? That's one of the things we missed.
You have not gone to Twilight Bazaar or
the Dreamweaver's Court.
Dreamweaver's Court. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure my notes are accurate. I mean, like out of character, I would like to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
In character, I don't think Jean has any particular reason to go either of those
I
place.
think. I mean, I think that's like the exact same. I think. I think Imric would be interested in the dream, but he's interested in seeing the rest of the city outside of the Velvet. So
It's up to y'all.
I'd say I'm good on the Velvet Market for now.
Okay.
We can check out what upper city
We'll have to
is.
come back at some point because there's lots of cool people here. So we'll figure.
That's true. Very true.
So you guys want to start making your way up to the upper part of the city?
Yes, but I would like to moderately clean up. Like we're hiding the severed head. We're brushing a little bit of the blood off of my nails. Like not like a full what we could do in like a bath kind of like cleanup, but just like a find a fountain and just be slightly less intimidating.
Okay. Certainly. Alright, you can... Here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move you guys just back over to this map then. So you're
Can
back on this
Damasoji
one.
clean up people?
Yeah, you can certainly do that. So, you guys make it back out of um, the Velvet Market. And are you trying to find a tavern down here, or like an inn, or are you trying to find one up in the upper heights? It's got to be cheaper down in the Shadow Wards than the upper heights. So, it's up to you.
I vote for a fancy one at the upper area.
I was going to vote for cheaper one in the lower area. So Ulrich, your vote?
Oh man, I can. I'll go for the upper one.
And I'll see.
Alright, so you guys make your way. You take the gondola. Well, you can either take the gondola, so there's a couple ways. You can either gondola it back over here, and then cross, and then go up the inside of this building, and then end up here. Or you can follow it along to their stairs that wind around the inside of this portion that end up here, which is a much closer walk for you all. And there's going to be a tavern up there too that you could stay at.
Let's go up that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys
And
go
it's
through.
closer.
You guys go through the internal mountain steps. It's a slower walk to get up there because it's pretty steep and it's not the best lit for a lot of it. But you do eventually get.
How's everyone's cardio?
Yes, everyone's cardio. You're just clanging up there with all this weight on you.
Yeah.
And you guys end up there. And as you are coming out of the steps, you are stopped by a person who's seemingly standing guard at the top of the stairs and looks at you and says, what business do you have up here in the upper heights?
But we're just people who
We were hoping to go
wanna
pray at
be
the
with our
monastery.
friends.
Well, the monastery's closed for the evening. The doors are closed, but...
Oh, well, we were hoping to find a place to stay so that we could go there tomorrow. I just
okay.
that was really the plan, but I thought that we were skipping to the actual point of.
Well, there is a pub with a place that you can rest for the evening, if you so choose. And he kind of points to a spot over a little further north of you there. It looks like it's 4 to 5 blocks away. Nothing too crazy far away. But you can certainly make your way over there to stay, if you so choose.
That guard interaction went a lot easier than I thought it would. Gina's really proud of herself.
Truly.
He was just curious as to what you guys were doing, because it is...
Yeah.
When you're up here now, you see that the sun has set, and it is late evening. So the darkness seems to just... From where you were, there was no real change in light, and now when you come up here now, it's like, oh shit, it's actually nighttime. And it's like, oh, these 3 randoms who are just coming out these stairs up here. It was one of those, what are you doing and why are you up here? Oh, okay, cool, you're going to stay. Great, that's fine. You were just being strangely suspicious for a split second there. So,
What? We've never been suspicious in our lives.
nope, not a single time.
Not 5 minutes ago.
But you guys end up at a say medium quality inn, and the name of that inn is the Gorgeous Rat.
Gorgeous rat.
Mhm.
That's crazy. Awesome name.
So you guys end up at the Gorgeous Rat. You can stay there for the evening. We'll say it's 2 gold per person per night, and that includes a small meal and a drink, and your bed for the evening. So you guys can get a long rest, and you wake up.
Wait. Weren't there text messages we wanted Imric to send when we were sure we were gonna rest afterwards?
Yes, there were.
Didn't you say you were gonna send a message for me?
To Sandor.
To Sandor. Well,
I just want to know if Sandor has Grassanew's head. That's it. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else we want to say to Sandor, like, hey, fuck you,
yeah.
but like,
Uh,
you literally just say, Jean's wondering, did she forget Grassanew's head over there?
I will send exactly that.
And you get one of these.
What was he snorting coke? Like,
That's
what?
exactly what I thought.
I was sleeping. I was sleeping.
Time difference.
Yes, I have Grasrenew's head. Where are you?
You should know that.
Well, that takes up another. I can't tell that.
You hear the where are you, and then you wait a couple of seconds, and you get a message that says, I could also get out of my bed and track you via your blood, but I thought it would just be more polite to ask.
Okay. We're in Duskstall right now, tracking down the book.
Is it possible for Jean to get the head back?
Is it possible for Jean to get the head back somehow?
The head just pops onto your lap.
Oh my
Fuck
god!
yeah.
What?
It's moldy.
guy's
It's
crazy.
like it's decrepit and falling apart and nasty.
Yeah, it's super gross because it's been at least a week since we killed him.
And you get another message that just says, I hope you like that. It's been sitting on my desk, stinking up my office for way too long. I wonder when you were gonna ask. Also, I thought you already saw the book. I thought you were near it.
We told him this. Did you not tell him what happened?
Yeah, but then you just told him you were tracking down the book. Oh, that it ran away. Okay. He also just woke up. You woke him up.
He also just woke up.
So his brain is like, not quite putting together the pieces, and then you just feel like a weird like shock in your head, and he goes, "All right, I just created a mental connection so we can just actually talk back and forth rather than me sending all these messages and you sending all these messages and us having broken conversation. You're tracking the book from the assassin lady and the other lady who had it that disappeared, right?
Yeah.
How's that going?
We are in the same city as they are. Should be.
You are not.
I don't.
We're the last. We're not even the last place it was seen, right? This was just the first city in that direction.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if we
This is
look
just
at
we needed.
here's the
to
world
stop
map.
and
You guys are here at Duskstall, and the last place that you know on the map of it was is over here. So you guys are like not. You are like
This
not
was
even
just.
halfway
This
there
was
yet.
just on the way.
Yeah.
So
This
we
was
are
the
heading
city.
towards the direction where
Yeah,
they
this
are.
is the
Yeah.
city that you challenged the assassin to meet to fight to the death.
Because it was on the way.
Yes. Well, if you can get that, that'd be great. Feel free to find me more interesting things. Also, when are you gonna send me people to volunteer for my experiments?
Is this only to Imric, or is he talking to all of us now?
It's just to Emmerich, but I just assume Emmerich's just like saying it all out loud.
Can you please say to him, dude, we can only send you people once a week and left you like less than a week ago. Maybe no, we left you like a week ago. We don't want to use our once a week thing.
That's true.
It's truly just we can't do it off that often. And we also haven't met that many people till just
That's
like
that's very, very
and to
true.
their death. But like
You just hear
the once a week thing makes this a massive limit, and I would like you to send that to him.
Emmerich just hears a sigh. You're right. I need to do better. But either way, don't die. Because then I'm going to have to come and retrieve your corpses, and that's a pain in the ass. And I'm too lazy for that right now. I'm in my bed. So, good night.
I love him. Why do we have to kill him again?
And then you just hear it hang up in your head.
Good night, Sandor. Yeah, we do still need to kill him. One day.
Him though. I love all the bad guys way too much. I shouldn't have made an evil character to befriend all the bad guys.
Well,
because they're fun.
You guys can.
Are we taking 1 room or 3 rooms?
We can take 3 rooms.
Alright, so you guys pay your funds, and you are able to rest for the evening. You all get a long rest inside the Gorgeous Rat, and you do wake up to very loud monastery church bells. As you hear at daybreak, all 7 of the bells just start going in tandem, playing some obnoxious music for about 10 minutes.
How long do you
10.
need to sleep in order to be not exhausted? 6 hours?
It's a long rest, so 6 hours.
Yeah. Jean definitely slept like the bare minimum and has bags under her eyes. And I don't know if you guys like noticed, but she had a rough night.
Oh.
Spicy. But we will call it here for now, and we can pick up again in 2 whole weeks from now, where I assume
How
you guys
dare.
are gonna go up into the Monastery of the 7 Bells. So until then,